7 o'clock kickoff, and we're going to get over there, and I'm excited about that game. I just want to let everybody know it is Thursday night. It's their game. They get to pick. They pick Thursday night. I think Knox County's Halloween on Friday, so we're going to go over there on Thursday. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, it should be a good game.
Opportunity for lots of our kids, hopefully, to get in there and showcase their skill set.
Yeah, hopefully we get in and play well early.
Yeah. Coach Chow, we got a shout out before we get out of here.
Yeah, I better shout out my wife Deanna, and if I better shout out my mother Cindy, or I'll be in trouble.
I guarantee you. I was going to shout out to her. If you didn't do it, I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on the David Gillum Show. We'll be back live next week. We'll see you then.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And as you can see, I've got my right-hand man here with me, old Mike. Mike's doing good, and he's getting back where we'd like to see him. Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, he's. It's been quite a long and rocky road, but he's coming out of it and looking better every day. All righty. Couple of things I want to mention here to get started on. All the the floodwaters that came through Unicoi County and all those people up in that way. We just want thoughts and prayers, and we've got some people from our church that's made several trips up there, and I can't thank those fine people enough. I mean,
been tough.
It has been tough. Don't have a special reason for it, but it's been a grind. I'll just tell you, shucks. When you go up there and catch 12, 15, sometimes 20 fish, and in 6 or 8 hours, that's pretty good deal. But we haven't we've been lucky to have 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So that's been the big thing. The other thing we got is make sure you're on channel 1086. Call your friends or whatever, and make sure you're on 1086 here at BBB Communications, and that kind of stuff. But it has. It's been an ordeal with trying to catch fish up there right now for some reason or another, and with this flood situation we got going on, talked to a couple of guys yesterday, and I haven't been on Watts Bar since all this took place. I have, it was pretty much like chocolate when it first happened, and all that kind of stuff. And then had the water running out of Douglas and out of Fort Loudon and right on down to Watts Bar, and so. But I did hear some, talk to a couple of people, and they said the water's clearing up a little bit, Mike. The pockets is, they've been pretty good. If you're pulling that water that hard, the water back in the pockets it's kind of like it's dammed up, but so next thing you know, it's got a funky looking color to it.
Mm-hmm.
And but you're still trying to clear the muddy water out and push it on downstream and that kind of thing. So we'll just see how things go here in the next few days, and we're here the 29th of October, and it's a bit like I said. We've been several trips here in the last month, and shucks, if we caught one fish or two, we was doing good.
Yeah. Especially if you keep them on the hook.
Yeah. Now we've done that. I mean, if you get 10 bites and you don't get but just one of them in the boat, you're not gonna have much. I mean, and they're real. They don't care to get up on top of the water and jump and splash and carry on. And next thing you know, I tell them, I'm winding one in on the lure, and Mike's trying to get the dip net, and I said, it's too late. He's gone.
Too late.
Yeah. Just lay the dip net down. We'll try to get another bite here in a little bit, but and that kind of thing. Paul Rogers, want to say hello to him. Mike.
Yeah.
Paul's. He's got his hands full, and we really appreciate him. He's been a friend for a long time, and he's swapped the motors for him, this, that, and the other, But Paul, you're in our prayers, man. We continue to pray for you, and hope everything works out. But yeah, you get them dang fish on, and then, like I said, you're there trying to get them in. They're jumping or either running around under the boat, and we just miss them.
Yeah. Shake that head and gone off of it, or just pull off for some reason. Just rip a hook out of them and go.
Yeah. That's a fact. And so we, in years past, we've had some real good trips and some mediocre trips, and but the last couple of 3 months, when we started night fishing, it just has went downhill ever since we quit last night or this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, about two. I guess a little earlier than that. We put the trailer on, the boat on the trailer there about 1:45 or something like that this morning, and what did we catch? 3 fish, or got 3 fish in the boat.
Yeah.
And had another. Heck, I don't know. We had 5 or 6, maybe 8 bites besides them 3 that we got in the boat, and it's just all they're pepped up. The water's cooled off a little bit, and when he hits the top of the water, look out! He's jumping on that tail and turning somersaults and everything else. So they've just been hard to hold on to for some reason or another. And but anyway, we'll just continue right on and keep it going, and if we find something good, we'll let everybody know. But I'm ready to make a trip to Watch Bar myself. It's a lot of area down there, and a lot of water from Loudon and Milton Hill all the way down to the dam there. There's a lot of water. So looking forward to getting a good day or two down there, and get to look the lake over as far as the water clarity and that kind of thing. So hopefully, but if Sherry will let me. Anyway, we do have some film. Mike, you got something?
Yeah, we'll get a word from our sponsors in, and we'll come back and get on the film.
Yeah, we're going to IOUE.
Yeah.
That's our sponsors. We can't, they totally take the money factor, took it over, and they do really good. They do a good job. They keep up with things. So remember that. We'll come back to the IOUE right here in a little bit. So Chandler, if you want to put some film on, would be great. Got him?
I got it on record now, yeah. Got a good picture of him.
Okay, here we go.
Where you at now? You lost.
Okay, Mike.
Up there.
Well, got a good picture of it, or
A
do you?
good picture of him there.
Okay.
After Randy. Recording now.
You have to get that hung in his hook there. Got it then.
That's making it blurry.
Okay, what do you say?
It's awful good.
Got a good picture?
Fairly good picture.
Yep. We need to make sure it's good.
Just hipped a little bit right there.
Okay.
Pull that light off.
That good?
Yeah.
All right, Chandler. Was it 3-4 fish there? We'll get back to some more fishing here in just a few minutes, and but that you know that's the kind of fish that we've been catching, and so as you can see, you know they're still in the lake. But it's just not as many of them as we want to get a hold of, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to catch them.
Find something they bite.
Yeah. You know, we've been throwing a spinner bait a little bit. Most of the bait, most of the fish are coming off of a jig, whether it be or that creature bait. Mike, he's throwing these creature baits quite a bit. Z-hogs, and that kind of thing. So me, I'm just kind of stuck with the jigs, and you know that was just like last night. We fished 2, 3, 4 places, and caught a fish or two, missed several, and then we got down there, and I don't care to tell you, I've been throwing a black with a red and black skirt with on the jig with a black trailer, or a watermelon trailer on one of them to start with, and took that off and put a black trailer on it, which on the other rod that I had out, which made it solid black, a black jig and a black trailer, and that's them 3 or 4 fish there. That's what they hit, you know. And there I'd been throwing a black and a watermelon, and so sometimes it pays to quit being so stubborn, Mike, and you change up.
Yeah.
You know, so that you know, when we got the last hour we fished, that's the 3 or 4 fish that we caught, not counting the 2 or 3 that got off before we got them in the boat. So that was kind of the deal. It's you know, it's different. I mean, you go up there one time and you're just, you know, heck, 15, 18 fish in the boat, and then the next thing you know, you're down to 1 or 2.
Yes, sir.
And because they do change up. But, you know, that was another thing. What is that? Water temperature of what, 71 degrees?
No, 68 degrees.
68 on the surface. The surface temperature, pretty much. So, you know, all that's important to what you're doing, and I guess myself, I just don't change around a whole lot, and so, but I'm going to get better at it, I'll tell you that right now. Mike's got 5 reeling rods out, and I've got 2. So there's 3 more reeling rods I need to get in action and throw something else, Mike.
Well, sometimes You have to change the whole thing, and sometimes it can be just a subtle change, just putting a little orange on the tips or something, or a little chartreuse on it, or just as simple as changing the pork rind on it. Then all of a sudden they start hitting, and
Yeah.
you don't know whether it's because of that time of night that they want to start biting, or whether it's the type of place you're fishing, or what. But once you find something that works, stay with it.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Until the next trip you go, and then 2 days later, and they've completely changed, and you're still looking for them.
Yeah, you're still trying to figure out what they want to bite.
All right, we're going to go back to Chandler and let him play some more film on the cameras and see what we got.
So what's jumping? Yeah, got that on black, didn't you? Red and black. Get the camera on. Okay. Yeah.
What do you think about that now, Mike?
Pretty good. Hold on a second. All right, now we got a picture of him. Yeah. Good smallmouth. Good smallmouth.
Yeah, boy.
Real nice. Yeah. You like red? You got another red one there.
What do you think?
Yeah, you grow up, be a big one.
Okay.
Nice little fish. Got a good picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, check him out, Scotty.
Yeah, I got him.
Good picture on him.
It's good fish.
Yeah, sure is. That's a dandy.
Okay.
Got a good picture.
Oh, you I got a better picture. You got a hold of him.
Okay.
All right, guys. Steve's got him another.
Look at there, Scotty.
Good fish. Real good fish.
Dang, that's a dandy.
All right.
Well, a shadow in there. Got him?
Hang on a minute. There it is. Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, Steve. Got him.
Okay. Got him.
Got him.
Good picture. Throw him back here.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Oh, man, he thought he was a giant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
did.
Throw him back. Okay. Got a picture of him there. Whoa.
A little better.
Yeah, getting a little better. Throw him back.
All right, here we go.
Okay, got him.
All right. Oh, man. I got you now.
All right.
Now then, look at there.
Yeah, now we got a picture of him. Throw him back. Pretty good fish.
Yeah, boy. All right, there we go, Mook. Gary got a good smallmouth there, bud. Nice. All right, let's get another. I want him back or keep him?
It's up to you.
What do you say, Mike? Pretty good fish.
That's a good largemouth.
Yeah.
That's there, dandy.
Sure is.
We'll keep him back in the water and see if we can find some more.
Keep going.
Got him a good smallmouth there.
Shoot, I can't get that hook back out. Come on, baby.
Even over up there.
Got it. What do you think, Mike?
That's a nice one.
That's a nice one, too.
What a tail on him.
I wonder if he's pulling like a freight train.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Ah,
See, you got the first one here.
that limit. There we go. Got you, old buddy. All right, Mike, what do you say?
Good.
Huh?
That's a dandy.
That's a dandy, too. All right, back in the water he go.
Let's see if we can get some more.
You got a picture?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a picture about it. You got that on the black watermelon?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Got a good picture of him,
A
huh?
good picture of it.
All right. Here we go.
Pretty good in there.
Yeah, can't get a hold of it. There it went, Mike. Got it in. Sure did. It's a good one.
Nice mullet. Real nice.
Nice one, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back in the water with him. That's
Okay.
one to get started on anyway.
Yeah.
All right, back you go.
Yeah. Cutting
Still
up.
flipping.
He's got him high. Long out there.
Yeah, you got it. You got him on the camera good, ain't you, Mike?
Hold on with.
All right, Chandler. Well, Mike, that's shucks. I don't know even how many trips we had to make to get what we got on film. It's
Yeah.
several, you know. But you know, I had that one fish. I know you saw the black skirted jig and the watermelon trailer on the back, and then after that, I had another 2 or 3 bites with it, and then finally caught another one, and then came down there and I put a solid black trailer on, and it made a lot of difference. You know, I had 3 or 4 more bites after that. Might have got one of them 4 in, but it didn't take long. You know, when you throw out there and you get the bait hits the water and you pick it up the first time from out there and 15, 18, 20 foot of water, and you've got him, you know, it doesn't take but just a few minutes to get him off and get another one, and they just kind of get in a feeding frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's that kind of deal. But anyway, you know, as you can see, we've been up there night fishing, and one night there it got a little cool, but the rest of the time it's been right around 50 degrees, and put a few warm clothes on and go at it.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So we just, you know, keep changing baits and don't get tied down to one thing. And unless you know for sure, and if you're catching one every 3 or 4 casts, and then yeah, I wouldn't cut it off for nothing. You know, make sure you got it. You know, whether it be a spinner bait or a jig or whatever, and don't let that. If you're getting bites on it, keep fishing it. That's the thing right there, and all that good stuff. Tell us a little bit, Mike, about the 2 or 3 times that you was out there by yourself, or not by yourself, but you was fishing and getting healed up and all that kind of stuff, because we kind of fished different places, you know. You would be somewhere, you know, somewhere else fishing down the river or whatever, and I'd be down up towards Andersonville and that kind of stuff. So fill us in on what you've been into.
Well, the last trip I took my boat out, been a month or so ago, maybe longer than that, when I took my son, Paul, and we fished 4 or 5 places up there and never done no good on them. And I kept changing up, and finally got that solid black Z-hog out and put it on a Texas rig, 3/16 sinker, and we pulled up on that one drop off out there, and first time it come off the edge of that drop off, there was a big one jumped all over it, and I got him to the boat, and it was a good fish, and turned around there and throwed back a few times there, and had a hold of another one. He come up and jumped off. And we fished around there for another 30 minutes back and forth and never got a strike again. And I said, well, we'll go down and try something else. And we moved down the lake a little ways there, a steeper bank, and pulled in there and throwed out. And I guess 15 foot of water or something. And before I could get the reeling gear, there's one done had it, and I set the hook on him. He come straight up like a rocket and went across through there shaking that head and throwed that bait, and we fished down through there, oh, I don't know, probably 50 yards or more, and throwed in again, had a hold of another one, and he done the same thing, and these was good fish too. And come up and throwed that bait, and I just tore all the pieces about it. And I told Paul, I said, well, we'll go over here on the other side and throw a look or two on this point over here. So we went over the other side and started down through there, and I caught a dandy smallmouth. Probably goes 3.5. Close to 4 pound anyway. Just as soon as that bait come off that dang drop, and he hammered it, and I got rigged up again and fished down through there, I guess a couple of boat lengths, and caught another dandy smallmouth there. Same situation. He just right there on the edge of that steep drop, and the next thing you know, we went a couple of boat lengths more, and had a hold of a nice fish. I know we'd go 4 pounds or better, maybe even 5. And as soon as he come to the top of that water, he run across through there, shaking that head, and he went down and just pulled off. And I don't know how much, so I got down and had to get another bait out and put it on, and we fished on down there, and that's when I caught the third fish off there. So I caught 4 fish that night, and every one of them was out there next to them steep drops.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I'd sure like to have them other 3 fish that I let get off, but Paul, he never got a strike on anything. He kept changing up and trying different stuff. He never even got it. He jerked a few times, but I don't know whether it was actually a fish or a rock. But anyway, he's caught some good fish up there with me back in the middle of the summer, and got his line broke. A few other things, but yeah, he's a pretty good fisherman, and them smallmouth something else. When you stick a hook to them, man, they go crazy. But anyway, we've had a few trips that I got to go on that was fairly decent, but the last 2 to 3 weeks, and it's been tough, real tough. Most of all of them with you anyway. It's been rough to catch a fish, and sometimes they get on a bait, and that's the only thing they'll hit. And I've had the dang floor of the boat or the whole back end of it covered up with baits and trying them and stuff there. You ain't seemed to find nothing. Just like before dark there, we was fishing the other night there, and I was throwing that watermelon Z-hog and couldn't get a dang strike on it whatsoever. And it was sun's starting to go behind the hill, and the light was dimming down, but anyway, I got down, changed up, and put that green pumpkin on, and I didn't make 3 casts with it. I had one on, and he pulled off, Maybe it's because I had it bait hook's wrong or didn't get enough good enough hook set on it or whatever. But I fished that bait for another hour and never had another lick on it. And finally got down and changed up and put that black one, solid black one on. And fished it for about, I don't know, hour, I guess, and then we moved over to a place up next to Dollar Island up there, and that's when I had one about jerked the pole out of my hand. And that's when you decided you was going to change that pork rind. Changed it up.
Yeah.
And made a world of difference there. I think I may have had one more bump down the river there on that black Z-Hog. But you was doing pretty good on that jig you was throwing. And, them fish is something else when it comes to being particular about what they strike. And you just have to keep fooling with them till you find it. And once you find it, you can go back in places that you didn't catch fish and probably catch some.
Yeah. The thing that got me, and that's something else we need to get Chandler to get us the number here, so if somebody wants to, they can call in and tell us some of their stuff, and if we can help them in any way, we can do that. Chandler, what is the number here at the studio?
865.
Got it? 81.
8112?
Okay. And that's got the 865. Now give me the first three, or the middle three. 483. All right, you done good.
You say 482?
483.
482.
8112. 8112. We got it.
That's a 2 instead of a 3.
483. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Chandler. But we, if you're out there listening and watching, like we hope some of you are, and you got something you want to inform us about, give us a call over here, and we'll talk fishing and greasing your bearings on your trailer and all that kind of stuff, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to do that pretty regular, you know. Them trailer bearings don't last forever unless you pumping some grease in them here and there.
We went up and seen Bill the other day and talked with him a little while, visit, and he was telling us some stuff that he'd been talking to different ones and stuff. He'd fished They'll Holler on one and
Watauga on the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff. And,
yeah.
He said that Watauga said they was jumping out of the water up there or something.
Yeah, he said that
Fresh water coming in, they was going crazy.
Yeah. The guys that he was acquainted with, was up there fishing, and I guess the rainfall and all that kind of stuff, like everywhere else up there when they had the flood, was kind of had them spooked up or whatever.
Had them choked to death.
Yeah.
I don't know how they could.
That's a for sure. But that's part of it, and you're like me. We're just waiting on the water kind of to get cleaned up a little bit on Watch Bar, so we can go down there and see what's going on. Maybe the crappie's ready to bite and that kind of stuff. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear and see what's going on. But I want to get down there myself and look it over. You've got all that thrust from the water, that's coming
Yeah.
down through there, for them pulling it hard and dropping it fast like they are. Hopefully back in the creeks and,
Yeah,
might be a good thing.
yeah.
We've caught a lot of fish on a dang jerk bait or a rattle trap and a spinner bait this time of year, for sure. Just hadn't made it down there. Hopefully, after tomorrow, maybe I can, Thursday, like to go down there and kind of nothing else, just kind of look around.
Yeah. I was telling you, Jeff Phillips there told me that one of his buddies fished one of them tournaments down there a week or so ago, and they had 21 pounds. So they found them somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say where at or what on or anything, but he said he heard through the grapevine that some of them fellas are going on down Chickamauga. They's catching a lot of fish down there. But I know he's telling me about another one that was on down to Gunnersville, and said they fished all day one day and then over half the day the next day and hadn't even had a bite. Said they'd come to the house.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just different on different lakes. Find the right combination stuff, whether it's a crankbait or a spinnerbait, rattle trap or whatever. You just gotta. You ain't gonna catch them at the house. You got to get down there after them. That's for sure.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that at all, Mike, for sure. Let's see, what was it? Like I said a minute ago, if there's somebody out there listening that wants to give us a call, that's great. 865-483-8112 here at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
But back to this night fishing thing, and the reason that myself and the few trips you've made here in the last month or so, Chuck's sure he just runs me out of the house, so I have to go fishing.
Yeah.
And but anyway, we been at Norris quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
For the last, Chuck's heck, we started there the end of April or 1st of June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And been at it ever since.
Been at it ever since. Yeah.
For sure. And so yeah, it's time to change up a little bit.
Well, yeah, and between the deer hunting and the ball games and everything, the people's gone off the lake.
Pretty much.
What we seen, tree boats
Yeah.
the other night, that's most we seen, and two of them loaded up just about an hour or so after dark,
Yeah.
and it was just nobody out there.
That's true.
So that's what makes it so great about that lake up there. At nighttime like that, you ain't got to put up with no ski riders and wakeboarders or whatever on ski-doos and everything else that they run on, washing you out on the bank. Stuff, you got it all to yourself.
Pretty much, Mike. Yeah.
Middle of summer, you can't never tell. They liable to come down to there and ski right across your lines in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I hear you.
Pontoon boats are running everywhere and all that.
Yeah. Looks like Chandler's got a. What do you want me to do, Chan?
Press the button that's lighting up.
Okay, got you. Hello.
This is Darrell Rayleigh.
Hey, Darrell.
Oh, really?
I'm doing good. Are you Steve Cox's brother?
I'm Mike, yeah.
I heard that. Me and Mickey were really good buddies, and
Yeah.
Rick too.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I thought that might be you. I hadn't saw you all in years.
Yeah.
We're getting a little age on us now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meaner and uglier, ain't we?
And I heard that, but I ain't a spring chicken anymore, but I'm still fishing a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, have you been on Watch Bar lately?
No, I've not. I mostly river fish.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
fish. I'm an old river rat. I fish French Broad River and the Holston River. I'm going to Holston tomorrow. It's filled up, but everything's jacked up. I've been going up north. It's been a hit and a miss up there. We've been catching some on top water and some on a net rig. And I remember years ago when I night fished a lot, we'd be catching them smallmouth at night on the spinnerbait, and they'd kind of get off of it, and, which I know you know what a road runner is.
Yep.
We'd tie on the road runners and put a 101 chunk on them and fish them like a spinnerbait, wire them out up there. But that's been years ago.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Listen, it's good. It's good talking to you guys, and I wish you safe trips and a long life.
Same here for you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we're going to try to get a trip down to Dale Holler with Rick and George down there then the next week or so, and see if we can find some of them smallmouth down there. Bill kind of give us a little info there. One of his buddies is fishing down there. He said they fish one point, may catch 3 or 4 off of it, and said then they'd fish 2 or 3 points and not get a strike, and then hit another one and catch a few more off of it. So, it's just spotty where the fish is moving up to. I guess they're going to the points where they got something to eat. At least that's the way the dog is at the house. He always goes where the food's at.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah.
For sure, Mike. And what Rayleigh was saying right there, he wades that water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he goes up that.
Yeah, got them waders
River.
on, and
You got that boat with that river boat there with the foot on it, not a jet thrust.
yeah.
Go up through there as far as I know. But, yeah, he worked with Dad and Rick and all of them over there for several years. Heck of a good carpenter and everything. So, good to hear from him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure was. And no doubt about it. Hadn't heard anything from Ed Galt in a while.
No, it's been a few weeks, a few months since we heard from Ed.
Yeah.
Sure has.
Yes, sir. And, but it's this fishing thing is an addiction,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the difference between what you could do a few years back when we was catching all them fish on spinnerbaits and stuff, and it seemed like now you can't hardly even get a bite on a spinnerbait.
Yeah.
And baits come along and they do good one year, and all of a sudden it's over with. You can't get a strike on it.
Yeah.
That black watermelon job we was throwing, even the solid watermelon to start off with, but then we got to throwing that mixed bait, black watermelon, and we caught the heck out of them fish. It was unbelievable, the fish we caught off of it, and now you can't hardly get a strike on it.
Yeah. It's above me, Mike. I don't know, as much as I've thrown one of them, a dang spinnerbait and caught them fish on it up there out of that lake. I don't know what stopped them from biting it. And what happened, something's not right,
That's the way that creepy crawler come in. It was hot as could be for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and then all of a sudden you got a box full of them and you can't get a strike on them.
Yeah.
It ain't like we ain't fished them, because we have.
Right.
But they just don't want to hit it no more. I don't know. And I've got some 2 or 3 boxes of crankbaits, and most of them has been hot plugs, and catch them a lot on it, and then all of a sudden, you can't get a strike on it.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know.
Well, I guess one thing that you might want to look at, or we overlook, is, every year we have a fish pond.
We do.
Yeah. And so, is these 12, 14-inch fish chasing the same thing that their mother and father created 2 years before?
I think the mom and dad's telling them not to hit nothing. And beware of that, They
That's
not
a-
hit.
That's good thought, Mike. But but that's what happens. You're out there one time, and you're just wiring them out and burning them up, maybe for a whole summer or a whole winter or whatever. And then you come back. Well, what the heck's happened here? Where'd they all go, and what happened?
I got worms down there, boxes full of worms.
Yeah.
It was hot as could be down there at Watch Bar. And you throw one all day now and never get a strike on it.
Yeah. Same with me. One of them duffel bags
Yeah.
that's plumb full of every color that you'd think you ever need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same way with the Carolina rig and the lizard. You could go to Fort Loudon or Watch Bar, either one, and just Teleco, whatever, and just catch the hound out of fish on a dang lizard, on that Carolina rig, and then all of a sudden you can't get a strike on one at all, hardly.
Yeah. It's a puzzlement, Mike. It really is. I mean, we get spoiled sometimes. When you're catching fish and catching them regular, pretty often, it's a good feeling. But when that goes away, it's hard to get back up.
Well, how many of them little scroll plugs you got?
I
mean,
let me think here.
I got a dozen of them in there, and we was catching them down there on Watch Bar. Everywhere you went, almost seemed like every cast you wanted to bite that thing, and I can't get a strike on one at all now.
Yeah. Well, being you mentioned that, the plug deal, if some of you guys are out there listening to us, the plug making is, I don't know if there's anybody still making the plugs or not, the crankbaits,
Oh, the homemades?
Yeah, the homemades.
Yeah.
Tommy Phillips was the last one I heard, and that was hecky. Was in the Northcraft tournament back in the spring, and his son took it over and is making them all, whittling out the plugs and painting them up and this kind of stuff. Or at least that's what he said up there, and that's been 4 months ago.
Most of them's going to buying them plastic blanks and painting them. That's about what they're doing, custom painting them,
Yeah.
and stuff. But that 30-plus plug there for a couple of years.
Yeah, what happened to that?
It was hot as a firecracker there. Just everywhere you went, seemed like you pull out on them points there next to that deep water and crankbait that 30-plus and caught some whopper fish on that son of a gun. And now all of a sudden you can fish it all day long and never get a strike on it.
Yeah.
Well, A-rig, what happened to the A-rig?
A-rig. I don't know. What'd you do? What happened to it?
Everybody you seen was throwing the A-rigs, and now you can't seem to catch a fish on one at all.
It's very puzzling, Mike. I mean, like I said, the parents of them fish is telling them not to do this and not to do that.
I don't know, but even the pros was over here on Port Loudon there, and they was throwing that devil's plug, they called it, or whatever it was, that reddish looking plug, looked like a crawfish.
You ready, Chandler? Hello.
Steve Cox.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Rod Garrett.
Rod Garrett.
Ain't good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's good to hear from you, buddy.
Hey, you doing okay today?
Yeah, doing.
On the show right now?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
We're just not catching no fish. I mean, that's how do you have a fishing show when you can't catch any fish?
Well, I guess you have to get one of them live scopes and go out there and let it show you where they're at.
Well, I had one of them for a while. My mic there, he was pretty good about it, but then I don't know what happened. He faded out.
Did he fade out? Well, it's been a long time since we got to go fishing.
Yes, sir. It really has.
But I heard you say something about Paul there a while ago,
Yeah.
and you know, Paul, me and him have been partners for a long time, and I look forward for Paul getting back in the boat here in a few weeks. I'm a praying.
Yes, sir.
Will.
Yeah, we are too.
Yes, sir.
Rod. Yes, sir. Sure are. And I hope your plan works out to the T.
Mm-hmm.
Get him back
Yes,
in the
sir.
boat. Yeah, for sure. And it's awful
Get
good.
him back in the boat.
Get him back in the boat. That's exactly right. Yeah. Mike, we've had a little sick spell with him, and that's what we done with him. I took him when he got able to get around. Why, we got in the boat, and then we might stay an hour, and we might have stayed 2 hours, and it was all about him. You know, what can you stand? And that's what we took care of.
That's right. And fishing will get better. It'll be better another day.
Yeah, I agree. It's 2 days.
We have these ones kind of hard to catch, and this time of year it gets that way, seems like. And I've gotten to myself. I've tried a little crappie fishing and forget them old bass for a day or two, and give me a freezer full of crappie, and then I go back to bass.
Yeah. Well, that's what Mike wants to do. He's ready to go crappie fishing. He just hadn't found any minnows yet, I don't think.
I got mud dry.
Well, I'll have to take you down there someday. I've got about 75 brush piles out, and we usually catch about 100 every time we go.
Jeez, man, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure is. But, buddy, it's awful good to hear from you. I'm glad that my guy that got a hold of you that let you know to call me.
Yeah, that Underwood boy.
Yeah, that Underwood boy.
I know you didn't want to mention his name.
He's a dandy. Yeah, you know that, and I know that. And,
yeah.
For sure.
Well, like I say, it's good talking to you, and holler at me sometime.
I'll do it, and you know where the number is for this place here, so that'd be great. But I'll catch up with you.
All right, good to hear from you two boys.
Okay, thank you, Rod.
All right, talk
bless
to you later.
All right, buddy. See you.
Bye.
All right, it's good to hear from Rod Garrett there. He's a dandy. He's a good. But yeah, Mike, I don't know. Like I said, this lure making but it seems like it cycles, and you know what you catching them on this week may not work next week.
That's true.
And so that makes a lot of difference, you know. But it's just getting on the fish and catching fish is what it's all about. And I personally, nowadays you got these live wells, these cooled live wells, and that kind of stuff. These pros got all that kind of stuff with them and on their boats and stuff, and it makes it. You're hoping that you're keeping the fish alive and keeping them, and then most of these tournaments nowadays, when they catch a fish, they weigh him up and throw him back in.
Yeah.
That's
right.
And so that's got to be a big help, you know, compared to years back, you know, when Dad had me and you in the boat with him. Why, you know, if he caught a fish, it went in the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but now, you know, it's a whole lot of change has really took place, and with the fishing and this, that, and the other. The equipment is just out of this world. So you know, they pull out there on the spot, and heck, they may catch a dozen fish right there in the one spot, you know, and maybe 2 dozen. You never know.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of the deal, but it's been a change, you know, and I'm just glad that you and I have had the opportunity to compete and then just pleasure fish, you know. Dad, you know, when we were 7, 8 years old, heck, we'd come down the Clinch River there, and them stripe would be feeding up down there, and just the biggest and the dangest thing it ever was, and you got up one to ever cast.
Yes, sir.
And you know, it was just that way, and you know, on the Clinch River there, it was, they were there. They came upstream. I guess they spawned, and they was on a feeding frenzy when they was coming down the stream, and it was seriously, they were just a whirlpool, and all you had to do was just get close to them, and they, you know, they'd be all over. Which your favorite plug at that time was it the devil? No, it wasn't the devil's horse. It was a
rattlesnake.
Huh?
That rattlesnake.
Oh, a rattler. Yeah, that rattle job. Yeah. But anyway, it's just good memories, and hopefully we can get back in the swing of things, get the water straightened out, and hopefully I may try to go down Thursday and kind of just look around.
Yeah.
Just see what you know, what the deal is. But
I want to
getting real close.
talk a minute before we
You better get on
sign off about the Union Hall over there. The guy come over the other day from the pipeline outfit, and he said they had a 117 mile of gas line to put in from out the other side of Cookville all the way to Kingston Steam Plant. And they was wanting union operators to go train on them John Henry drills, because he said the biggest majority of it should, and I'd say probably 90% or more of it, it's going to have to be drilled and shot, and they're going to train them on that John Henry there to drill that stuff so they can shoot it, get through all that rock, that pipeline. It's going to be a year or more worth of work there, and it got a lot of good benefits and everything with that pipeline bunch and everything. So you know, remember the operators, and got people that want to get in it, go over and put your application in. They will be training the ones that needs training on them.
That's good stuff, Mike.
Yeah.
We're just about ready to wind up.
Put more of our people to work.
Yes, that's what we got to do, for sure. Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been a lot of talk and very little catching. Maybe Mike will get the rust off of him here in the next few weeks, and we won't have to worry about that. He'll have us plenty of film, for sure. Chandler, what do you got? A minute? Take us to the IOUE. people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, whether it be Barnhard, I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So